Alright everyone, in this video we're going to talk about something that I hear every now and then. It's like, Happy, I don't have a lead problem. Why can I skip the 20 to 30K month and I'm getting consistent leads and I still can't escape this number? And I'm going to tell you exactly what problem you have. 90% or 80% of the clients that we work, I'll say like 85 to 90, they have a lead problem. Sometimes I get higher level quality of clients that they're already doing 20, 30K months. They have maybe like 100K followers on Instagram and they just stuck at 20, 30, or even maybe 40K months. And they just up and down. 1 month is 10, 1 month is 20, one is 30, then back to 15, then maybe 40, like 40 something. You know, it's just like, why can I make consistently 50, 60, 80, 100, whatever? And I don't want you guys to get insulted right now, but I'm gonna tell you exactly what the problem is. You don't have a lead problem, you have a business problem. That is the problem. Your business is all messed up. If you're consistently getting leads and you're not growing, it's the entrepreneur. Whoever's running that business doesn't know how to run the actual business, right? In business, there's multiple things. Lead source is like one and most important, because if you don't have this lead flow, it's like almost the lifeblood of the company. It's the pump. You know, if we don't get this heart beating, we're done. You get me? That is like the lead gen. What comes after that? You still need a body, a head, a torso, finger, limbs, you know, you hair, eyes. You need the whole body for you can, you know, actually become the human. You get me? It's not just one part of the body that makes the human. It's the whole entire thing. And in your business, if you're telling me right now, and I just had this conversation with a very high quality client that he's doing a good chunk of money every month, like 20 or 30K, and it was the opposite. It was not lead flow, which is usually a lead flow problem that they're stuck there. What he has is a business problem, right? And let me just write down on right here behind me exactly what are the things that he's missing and that he needed to improve on for he could break that like barrier that he has of 30K, 35K, and he doesn't know why he thinks his leads. Oh, one of the bad part about this situation, that if you're not self-aware and you don't catch yourself, you get caught in this loop that you keep thinking that it's the ads or the leads, and you keep paying for leads and more ads and more leads and more ads, and you just get stuck in this cycle of like, oh, it has to be the creative, oh, it has to be the ads, oh, and you're not thinking, is it me running the business? Is it the funnels? Is it the automation? Is it the sales? Is it the setting? Is it the presentation? Is it the marketing? Because you can have all the leads coming in, but if they're not good marketed leads, doesn't matter who you market to, they're not good leads. So it could be a mixture of that. So I want to write down what are the few things that this person had a problem with, and as soon as we implemented these systems, then he actually broke his 30, I think it was like 36K, that's the max he ever done. He broke through that, and now he's consistently doing 50K, and we help him to reach 100. One of the first things that he didn't have is, number one, no systems. No systems, right? Now, what do I mean by no systems? No systems could be literally like, what is the automations that happen after a client does something, right? So if a client walks into my door or my funnel or my landing page, what is the sequence and automations and systems that happen after he joins, or after he opted in, or after he liked one of my posts, or whatever? What is the sequence that happened? There needs to be a journey, right? So we call it client success journey, customer avatar's journey, or success journey, whatever it may be, right? One of your clients has to go from here, for this side, from here, right, from this X to this X. That line through here, what is happening in between those steps when they go from level 1 all the way to level, let's say 10, that is the max or whatever it may be? I'm just giving you like an analogy, right? What are the steps? Step number 1, step number 2, step number 3, number 4. What is this system? What is this role? What does this look like, right, for your client? Is it going through that journey by himself? Is a coach walking him through that process? Is the automation or systems guiding him through the process? Is it automation? Is it a robot? Is it AI? Is it one of your setters, right? What is going on after the lead opted in? Once the lead opted in, are you grabbing the emails? Are you grabbing their phone numbers? Are you asking them, hey, what? Are you calling them and asking, hey, I saw you've opted in. I was looking through your application. I just want to get to know you more about your business. You get me? There's systems in place to make sure that lead just opted in doesn't escape from us, from our ecosystem, and it doesn't get pretty much wasted, right? The next thing, which goes in, leads to the next one, was like, this person had no follow-ups, no follow ups. Why this is so important? Because this two correlate with each other. No system of follow-ups. A lead comes in, you didn't follow up with them. This is something that was happening. And this guy, he's been running ads for a very long time, and he never, not once did a retargeting campaign or looked at his email list and SMS, sent a mass email campaign or SMS campaign. Never done none of this. This guy's been cruising at 20, 30K months for almost 2 years and can't figure out why he can't grow. And it's literally because there is no business. He doesn't have a lead flow problem because he has the authority. This guy has almost over 100K followers on YouTube and whatever, but there's no system, there's no business to capture, there's no funnel. You get me? You need a follow-up system, a funnel system that a lead could come in, right, from absolutely nothing all the way to the actual sale, right? It's the funnel. You need this implementation, and there's multiple levels. It could be level 1 of the funnel, then level 2, then level 3, then level 4, whatever, until they finally make the sales. The same analogy as this one. What is the system? What is the journey? What is the follow-up sequence? What is the reminders? You get me? So he had no system, no follow-up game. It's just there. He was just there in the ocean, just saying, thank you for visiting my shop. You get me? And it's just there. And he, even though he was doing good, like 20, 30K months is still a huge amount of money. It's just he wanted to grow, and since he had no system for it, he was just capped. The second thing is, actually the third thing. I'm sorry. The third thing that he had was horrible sales. So his framework, I'm gonna put framework. His framework was pretty good. He actually bought a mentorship about sales. The problem that came with this particular client, that he became a very good salesman himself, right? When he taught his students, they were not getting the same closing rate. He personally had a very high closing rate, but his students didn't, because he bought a bunch of mentorship back in the days. The mentorship worked from him, but he didn't have the tools to give that knowledge that he had, all that experience, and transfer it to a new client. That's a whole other skill. Training somebody and hiring somebody, whole other skill, a skill, which that's, if you're a CEO and you want to run a company, you need the skill, how to transfer your knowledge, put it in an SOP doc, you can put it in a system that somebody else could read it and train, and then use it themselves, right? So his sales process, he had a really good personal sales process, but not to get to his team, right? He didn't have, hey, say this, say this, say this, say this, say this, and do this 10 fucking times, and you're gonna get at least one close. If not, you're doing something wrong. You get me? He didn't have that. He would just give him, hey, this is how I close people. Hopefully you can close them. And then he was giving these people a bunch of leads, and their closing rate was like 15 to 20%. 15 to 20%, it is fucking horrible, guys. This is standard, like, okay, so I'm gonna put it down here. 15 to 20% is this industry standards, right? This average. We do not want to be average. We want to be above average. What's above average? At least into the 30s. You know, if you can get to the 40%, oh fuck, now we're cooking. You know, 40% is and guys, you if you're already a business person and you guys in being in sales, like, you know that 5% or 10% difference makes a huge impact in the business. If you can increase your show up rate, let's say your no show up rate is 80%, if you can get it to 90, and then you increase this by 10% or 5%, it could easily bring another 50K into your company, 100K, whatever the number is. I remember one of the months that we started calling people, like for the confirmation call, we had a very high no show up rate. It was around 35%. When we started implementing as soon as they booked the call, we call them, and then an hour before, our no show up rate went dramatically down. We had a month that it was like 3.2 or whatever, and that was one of the first months that we did, I think, like 200 or 180. It was huge because everybody was showing up to the call. And then if you have a high closing rate, if you get somebody in front of me that's a qualified lead, I'm gonna close them. It just becomes math at some point. If you give me 10 people in front of him and I know exactly how to do the sales process, I'm gonna close at least 3 or 4 of them. And it's just simple as that. Get 10 people on the phone, I close 3 or 4. Get 10 people on the phone, I close 3 or 4, and it just becomes math, right? So one of the first things is that we fix the sales funnels and process. What we did is, like, honestly, I have a lot of experience in this. I've taken over 750 Zoom calls for funding, so I have a lot of experience, and I also train my own guys to do the same. So I already had experience. This was, I think, the hardest part. It just takes time, because you can give a brand new set to somebody and they kind of feel awkward because they've never done the sales call. So it might take just a few reps, but this was pretty easy. All right, the fourth thing that we put into his business that pretty much fixed it was no funnels. No, actually he did have, I think he only had one funnel, right? And then, which it kind of leads to the systems and automation. But I'm just gonna put it here because I kind of mentioned automations, right? So he had no funnels in automation. Why is this so important? He did only have one funnel, just pretty much a landing page, but it was not really a funnel. He just had a landing page. It wasn't really a funnel. A funnel, it needs to be every part of the transaction between a client or the path of a client coming from, like, let's say he's just scrolling down on Instagram and he's scrolling down the phone, right? And then he stops, right? Clicks on your profile, goes through the whole process until he purchased your product. That is the whole entire funnel, right? He only had a landing page. So whenever somebody will come to his profile, he would just be like, oh, here's the landing page. The landing page, it was just purely information. There was no, link to book a call, or maybe book a call right here and then landing page, which is what we do. Or I confirm your landing page on the bottom, book a call, right? Like on the bottom of the landing page. No, he didn't have none of that. He just had, you want to talk to me? Here's a landing page for more information. So nothing was happening. He actually probably wasted, I don't know how much money, because he's been doing this for already like a year or so. Who knows how much money he left on the table by when a qualified lead came to it, he just sent them the landing page. And what he was thinking, hey, I want them to watch the whole landing page and they'll come back to us and then book a call by themselves. I'm like, how do you even book a call with you? Oh, you have to go to the link on my bio. You gotta click here, then you gotta click here. And I'm like, bro, how the fuck am I supposed to know that if all you did is send them a landing page? Does on the landing page say, want to book a call with me? Click here, go to my bio. He's like, no. I'm like, how about we screw all of that and we just say book a call on the bottom of the other. And he's like, shit, I didn't think of that. And it's literally that, it's literally that simple that sometimes, like, why is there not, how can I book a call with you? He's like, well, if you go to my bio and then you go this and you click here on the link tree, then you can book a call with me. But like, how the fuck am I supposed to know that? And especially that I just had a conversation to you through like IG, right? We're here in IG having a conversation in the DMs, right? And then you're like, well, go watch this landing page, and I'm here like, all right, I saw the landing page, what now? And he's like, well, what happened is some people come back to us, okay, when can I book a call? I'm like, what is the percentage of that? He didn't even have that. He didn't even know what was the percentage of people that I sent the landing page and came back to us and say, hey, can I book a call? You guys are, you just send the leads into the woods and they're wandering in the woods and they're lost. Like if they come back, I wish he was tracking his data so I can know exactly what is the percentage that he sent the thing and they came back, but I'm pretty sure it's a low rate. I'm pretty sure like a 1%, 2%, or 3%, which is insane. So that means he threw away 90-something% of his leads through a random landing page that does nothing. It was just more information and more via sales, but there was no call to action. Like I'll land on the landing page, what the fuck do I do now, man? You get me? So this is the problem that you're having if you're stuck at 20, 30K months and you come to me, it's like, Javi, actually I don't have a lead problem. Then you have a business problem, my boy. If you don't have a lead problem, you have a business problem. And this is, you gotta be real with yourself, to be honest, bro. You gotta be truthful with yourself. Like, hey, I don't have the skills, I don't have what you could gain. Hey, trust me, I was the worst business owners of all because I didn't have none of these fucking skills. Now, that's why I consider myself a good CEO, because I had to gain all these skills, vision, leadership, create product, market the product, teach, learn, hire, all these SOPs I had to learn before I could get here. So if you're not here yet, it's okay. We could train you to do it. But that's probably the main, I'm not gonna say probably, because I guarantee you that is the way that the problem they have, because that's exactly what we did with this guy. These are 4 things we did. He was like, I don't have a lead issue. I just don't know what the fuck I'm doing. He has a business problem, right? Because what could happen is like maybe you do a YouTube video, or maybe you go on a podcast, or maybe you do a reel or TikTok and that shit blows up. Now you got like 10K people followers or whatever, and people asking you about this, and you start making money, right? Then you start doing that for 6 months. You're like, fuck, I'm making like 10, 20 grand because people are just sending you money, like a Zelle, whatever it is. But you don't have a business. It's just people landing on your profile. You told them that you do funding, all credit repair to the DMs or a landing page. They pay you 2.5 and you're done. You get me? You never upsold the lead. You never brought them into your CRM. You never have a system. You never have a plan to increase the LTV of your client. Hey, right now he paid me 3K for credit repair, right? Like let's say this is the LTV journey of your client, right? Right here he could be 3K for credit repair. What's the next thing? The next thing, let's get him funding. That's gonna be 5K, right? What's the next thing? The next thing, I'm gonna get them a cash loan. Okay, that one's gonna be 10K, right? Now out of this one lead that you paid for, you made in total 17 grand, right? Because you got them first for credit repair. They got the credit repair fixed. Then you're like, okay, now do you need an HLC, or do you need a website? And for you can get funded, because for you to get funded, actually you need a decent LLC with a decent age. You need a good landing page. You need business phone number, so you can be like, hey, I could get you all of this. You know, that could be an extra $1,000. You know, something extra for landing pages and whatever, and then I get you funded for 5, and then I get you want some cash, I'll charge you 10% of the cash you get. I could get you 200,000. It's gonna be 20K, and now I know the numbers I'm saying is kind of a little different, but now you increase the LTV of one client that he was supposed to pay you just 3K or 5K, right? And you just increase it to 20, 30K. You increase the LTV. The only way you could do that is by having systems in operation and knowing your client's journey. The only way you could, literally, the only way you could do that is by knowing my client is here, right? I'm solving this problem. What is the next problem they're gonna have that I know I could solve for them, right? That's when you have a business. That's when you have a business. That's why if you're having this problem that you're stuck at 20, 30K months and it's not a lead problem, I guarantee you, I promise you, it's a business problem. You have no clue what systems are. You have no clues to write SOPs. You have no clue how to follow ups. You have no clue how to transfer your sales and setting skills into a client so you can remove yourself from sales and setting, which is very important. You have no funnels. You have no automations. You have no consistency. You're not building compounding with you. You get me? So this is very rare to see this, but we just had a client that this we're exactly what we're helping, and he's like, Javi, I don't have a lead problem. I honestly, I just don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, I get at least here and there, but it's not consistent. He has a business problem, and you know, some people might be feeling a little bit like, damn, like some type of way when I say, hey brother, you have a business problem. You need to be a better CEO, a business owner, a better entrepreneur. And those are hard conversations you gotta have with yourself. And it's okay if you have no idea how to do this. Train yourself, because if the goal is to have a big company, right, to do a couple millions a month or even a year, like for my goals, I'm trying to make $1 million plus a month. That's where I'm heading, like $2 million a month, $3 million a month. That's where I want to get to, right? Some people, it's just 200K months, 300K months. To get to those level, you need to be a certain level entrepreneur, right? You need to have things, like you can't just be a fucking nobody that only does like a reel here and there, you get me? And then you're getting all these clients, because if you're really good on the camera and your media game is fucking like, Javi, it's just like my media game is on point, bro. I get a lot of organic traffic because my content is so good. I'm always doing podcasts. I'm always traveling. I'm always doing whatever. But the business part is all broken. I'm telling you, this is the reason why you're stuck at those levels. You need to turn your product into a company. You're just selling a product from now. What you're doing is just selling a product. If you're at this level and you can't pass, and you're like, I don't have lead problems, but I can't pass 30, 20K, you have a business problem. You're only selling a product. It's not a business, it's not a company. It becomes a company when you hire people, when you have SOPs, when you have predictability, when you have automations, when you have system, when you have a team of sales selling for you. You get me? When you have a content, that's a company. If not, you're just a man on Instagram selling a product. All right, so this is I hope this brought a lot of reading back the currents and a lot of value to you understand. Is like, if I have a company that's already doing 20, 30K months and I'm getting good leads, but I can't pass that point, that it's literally a business problem, and you need to turn your business or your product into more of a business, right? So again, if you need help with all of this, and if you're stuck anywhere between 10 to 30K months and you can't seem to pass those numbers because either it's a lead flow or an actual business problem that you have getting all the leads, but you don't know how to actually do the business behind it, or you get to do all the business behind it, but you have no lead flow. We mainly see that hey, I know how to run the fucking company, I just have no lead flow. 90% of our clients, that's where they're at. But we do have like a 10 to 50% of our clients that they have a good lead flow, but they just don't have a good business. All right, so I hope you learn a lot in this video. I'll see you guys on the next one.